Welcome to Thunkworks. In this video I'm going to be unboxing this. It's really cold today. Right, as you all already know from the title, this is a METZ English wheel. Now, I've only opened the box to check all the parts are in there. I haven't assembled anything yet. Oh. So we'll get rid of some of this packaging. Now, it's got a bit dusty because it's been in my workshop for about 4 weeks now. But I've been resisting the urge to open it up and have a play with it because I wanted to shoot this video. Now, obviously, that's the main frame. So, some of the pieces. So that's the lower anvil holder, I guess you call it. This is the T-handle to adjust the pressure. Now, I've wanted an English wheel a long time, really. A few years ago on a little welding course I did, I got a chance to have a play with one. I really enjoyed it. But if you've ever looked for them, you'll know they tend to be pretty expensive. Upwards of £500. Now this one's in the region of, I think it was 180, around that. I'll leave a link in the description to an Amazon page where you can get this, or even I'll leave a link to the manufacturer's website. The first thing I need to do is figure out how to mount this. I think temporarily, just for this video, I'm going to put it in my vise on the bench here. And then in the future, when I build a welding table, I think I'll incorporate some kind of mounting system for this, so I can have it in place when I want it, and then easily remove it, so it doesn't obviously get covered with welding spatter or anything else. So I've dug out a couple of scrap pieces of plywood, nice and conveniently sized. And I'm just going to use those to clamp the frame in the vise. Try and get it. Right, so yeah, I think that's pretty good. Okay, so the upper wheel, quite a tight fit between this part of the frame. But where the bearing sits, it's looser, so it shouldn't affect it. There we go. Put the circuit back on. So that's the upper wheel in place. Bearings seem nice. I'm just going to get a file. Yeah, there's quite a few rough edges. Now the circuit that I've just put back in place, it's already stretched. It's not really got any spring in it anymore, which suggests they're pretty cheap quality circlips. May have to upgrade the circlips in the future. It sort of lost its springiness. I'll fit the rack, and then I'll put the axles in, mount them all in the rack, and then we'll have a bit of a close-up look. So there we have it all assembled. So initial impressions, pretty happy. Bearings are all nice and smooth. You can probably give it a spin. Tiny bit of a wobble to the top wheel, but you see it slit. Oh, it doesn't sit quite straight in the frame, but if you can make that out. Excuse me. If you see there, the gap isn't actually parallel, so the wheels aren't set parallel, but it's not a huge issue because the bottom anvil has these Allen key screws, so you can adjust them. So you can adjust how it sits in the lower holder. So you'll be able, well, when I get around to using it, I'll be able to perfectly align them. It's a pretty good fit actually, and we can tighten up the thumb screw, nice and solid. We can undo this, and then we can spin the T-bar at the bottom. You can obviously lower and raise the anvil, or lower wheel. That's quite nice. Yeah, it's quite easy to get in and out. There's a couple of sharp edges, a couple of burrs in here I want to go over. So these are all the anvils. You can see all the different shapes you get. So this one here is pretty much flat. Then the one at the far end is quite a tight radius on it. Unfortunately, this one has got some corrosion on the surface. It shouldn't. There's only a tiny bit on the actual crown. It shouldn't be a huge deal when I'm using it. And there is quite a nice coating of oil on all of these, so I'm surprised at that. So there we go, it's all assembled. I'm just going to true it up. Get that to there. Tighten that up. All the way down. So actually the alignment isn't an issue, it turns out. One of the adjuster screws was just adjusted up just a tiny bit. They're now sat nice and parallel, so I'm quite happy with that. Just prepared a small rectangle of sheet metal, just to have a little go. Just going to take any burrs off. Right, so my plan is I'm going to start with the flat die. To see what happens. I'll do, I don't know, a few passes, and I might, with this sheet at least, just work my way up one at a time through all the anvils and see what happens. So right, let's give this a try then. I'm adjusting them so they're just in contact. So the frames do have some flex in these. I think that's one of the shortcomings of a small English wheel, is the flex in the frame. It means you're actually limited how much pressure you can apply. But what I will do, if I feel it needs more pressure? That's not right. If I think the frame needs some more rigidity, what I can do is weld on an upright at the back here, extend it up past the original frame, and then triangulate it. It'll give you some more strength. The frame itself, there's a little bit of twist there, but I think for a hobby grade tool, so far I'm pretty happy with it. So I've been wheeling for a little while now, so I'm starting to get some nice shape on the panel. I'm up to the 4th lower wheel now, and then I've noticed, so this is the flat wheel, and then they've each got a number stamped into them. So it's got 9, 5, the one I'm currently using is 2.5, we have a 1.5, a 1 and a half. 1.5 inch, you know, it's the size of the radius. So I'm going to leave this piece there now. I've gone through to the 1.5 inch radius anvil. So this is the panel I've made. It does have some shape this way. It is very subtle for what I want to do. So the main purpose for this for me is helping to make repair panels for my Mark II Escort, which I've got a couple of videos on and I will be doing work in the future on. And I'm also planning to build some top rods, and I want to build steel, possibly aluminium bodies for them. And this is going to be perfect for that. I mean, if you're working in a body shop or restoring classic cars, you know, it's probably not going to be what you're looking for, but for a hobby, certainly a way to learn how to use an English wheel, learn the techniques and things. I think this can't be beat, really. It's £180. It's on Amazon, you can get it on eBay, and also there's a METZ. You can get it direct from METZ on their website. As said earlier, I'll leave some links in the description, and then I'm just going to see how I get on with this now. So, thanks for watching. There'll be a link in the description to my Instagram, where you can keep up to date a bit more regularly with my projects. So, thanks for watching.